Everyone, this is Sandy and Cody, and today's video I want to go over how valuable trotting poles on the ground is for your program, for my program, as well as in saddle work. And what I love about this is three things. Number one, if I'm not able to ride that day and I still want to get him out of his stall, we go to this exercise of walking. This is just warming up right now, walking to a trot to a lope. Now the poles I've got set up right now, I haven't measured them yet, but the walk poles, the trot poles are 28 inches to 32 inches, okay? And that way, when he's trotting, he only puts 1 foot in between each pole. The lope poles, they are measured 6 to 7 feet. And that way, he can trot the poles without dinging them or jumping them, which you'll see when we first begin. Your horse is trying to find his stride, he's trying to find his cadence, and he's trying to relax into them. And this helps him watch where he's going. And if he dings a pole or displaces a pole, that's okay, because it teaches him to really pay attention to where his feet are. So today I'm going to show you my exercise on trotting and loping poles mostly. Walking, we're just warming up. And I'm going to readjust my poles to 30 inches for the trot. And in this program, in this exercise, I want to go 20 trot poles to the left, not paying attention, and 20 trot poles to the right with a minute rest in between. And then I'm going to adjust my poles for loping to 6 to 7 feet. And we're going to go 20 lope overs to the left, 20 lope overs to the right. And right now he's picked up a trot. I didn't ask him to, but that's okay. It's still too wide because I set him up for loping yesterday. But I'm going to let him go. He's warming up. This allows him, see how he bangs them? He's not watching. Good boy, Cody. And that's okay. This is just warm up. I'm going to get a little pickier here in a minute. And he's blowing out, so it's relaxing him. He's just warming up, his legs, everything. What this does to him physically is engages his core because he has to pick up his feet. It engages his focus. It engages his stifle and his hindquarters, but mostly his core and his back muscles. If you'll notice, those are 2 trot steps, which I don't want. Like I said, I'll fix in a minute. But it allows him to go ahead and trot these without me on his back. Good boy, Cody. So make sure you give him a real good warm-up. I would say maybe 10, 15 walk trots over the poles as they are, and then go into your 20 trot poles, 20 lope overs, okay? This is also part of my conditioning program. We're coming off of a very long, lonely winter. Well, here comes the sun. Now, for me to engage him in riding, I need to get him fitter, okay? And the reason, like I said, the reason I love the poles is because it engages his thinking side of the brain, not just his body getting more fit and his cardio, but his thinking side of the brain. So I'm going to set these poles up now. Oh, good boy. I'm going to set these poles up for trotting, and we'll do a video on the trot poles and what I expect of him. I've got a 14-foot lead rope, which is fine for trotting. I've got a 22-foot lunge rope for loping. That gives him a lot more space to do his circles. We can do it on this, but I just prefer the longer line for loping. That gives him a little more freedom and a little more distance from me. Okay, so be right back.